Well, hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We're in 2026.
New
Baby.
Year.
And Kaylee and I made it today. We weren't sure. We talked about 3 o'clock. And I was like, I think I can pull it together. Can you pull it together? She said, I think so. So I said, okay, let me put it, because I have a new computer, so I had to put all that up and this new internet, just all of it. It's been moving. And the move has gone beautifully. I'm very grateful. I mean, I'm just blown away. I'm in awe every minute. Spirit just, I mean, really just leaves me speechless.
Mhm.
So how's everybody? How was your Christmas? How was your New Year's? Did you do anything? Hi, Rossi. I see Red Dragon. Kim's here. CJM. I saw Carl. See if I'm missing anybody. Uh, okay. So far, that's what we got, and I'm just so grateful that you all are here. Gwen's here. Hi, Gwen. It's good to see you. Happy New Year. Carl's a metal piece. Yeah, the Chinese New Year of the Fire Horse is starts actually on February 17th because their New Year is in February, but it's coming up and we're still closing down. So we're still in the end of the purge. So, just let things go. Just let it go. Mary Thornberry's here. Brina, 41. So, Kaylee, how was your Christmas and New Year's and all the good stuff?
It was really lovely. I had Christmas Day at home, and it was a lovely, happy, peaceful, comfortable day, comforting energy. And shortly after that, I got to visit my dad, and he is just so fun. It was a really pleasant experience. And then we just had a sleep in and actually not even be I'm not even gonna acknowledge I didn't stay awake on New Year's. I
I
just felt like it was
didn't.
yeah.
I
I felt
didn't.
like, you know what? It's coming. It's coming. It's already New Year somewhere. So I'm a sleepy one. But it was a good closeout to a particularly unusual year.
Yeah, it was. It was not an easy year. And I do have high hopes for this year, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. One, because, well, it's a 1 year and the 9 year is closing down. But like I said, Chinese New Year is on February 17th. And we have some very, very, very interesting astrology as usual. That's not going to change this year because this is going to be a fast moving, changing year, right? Um, and well, tomorrow night is the full moon in Cancer, and it is a 13 degree. And there was, no, I can't remember, 5 or 6 13-degree full moons in a row, and this is the third one. I'm gonna have to check it. My papers are way over there. I don't want to go grab them, but that 13-degree Cancer is America's sun sign. America is a 13-degree Cancer. So we have America's sun at 13 degrees, the transiting moon at 13 degrees, and it's, of course, there's across from it. So the sun is in Capricorn, which is about systems. This is really speaking to us about our America's systems, America's government, is what I'm seeing. And not only that, we have Mars and Venus are going to be conjunct together with the sun fully on the 6th. So that's a Kazemi, like big time. And I was listening to, I can't think of who it was. They can't find the last time that happened in Cancer. They said somebody the 1700s. So, but they couldn't find it. So, but not only that, we have Mercury there. Now, Mercury is a little bit ahead, but the thing with all these planets, Mercury, Mars, Venus, the Sun, the Moon, these are all the fast moving planets that really create things. They're talking to each other, and it's fast because they move fast. They are all, except for the Sun, are all out of bounds. And out of bounds means they're out of the degree of this. It's 23.7, I think. Once a planet goes past that, it's out of its normal um, rotation with the Sun. So the Sun can't be out of bounds because it's the Sun. But to have the Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, all out of bounds. And what's out of bounds mean? There's no rules. The rules change. Things change. And with it being the Moon on America's birth chart Sun, I feel a lot's coming in. And be mindful, because we're all kind of understanding what's going on because we listen to this stuff, we really involved in it, but a lot of other people can get spicy. They don't know that there's things out of bounds. They could be short, but that opposite could be that true too. Surprises could come in. It does sound revolutionary. I love that, Mary Thornberry. That's perfect. Thank you, because I feel that's where we're at. We got to do something. But I heard, did you hear about this, Kaylee, on New Year's Eve? I think it was New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Another 5 million drops of the Epstein files came out.
I didn't know if it had come out. I had heard that there were another some odd million, and I thought that they're delaying.
Mm-hmm.
We have to redact. we have to black out a bunch of pages and hide all the evidence that we can. Guys, I'll tell you one thing that I found really interesting is how Marjorie Taylor Greene came out about
Yes.
the conversation that she had with Trump regarding the Epstein, regarding things relating to the women she was standing up beside. And he apparently said on speakerphone, where others heard it, he said, she was like, well, why don't we just release the files? He said, because it'll hurt my friends. And it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. I've heard it. And the beautiful thing is, right, with the redactions, they didn't do it right. Did you hear about that?
I know at least some of them, they were able to just copy and paste.
They just copy and paste.
If only they did that with all of them, that would be very interesting.
There's people doing that for free, like looking this up, trying to make it make sense, getting that information together, and God bless them. Send them love and strength, and they're actively searching for the truth. But can you imagine figuring that out, saying, oh, they thought it was redacted, and here it's not. It's right there. I was dying.
I think it's a little reassuring to find out that they're really not good at much.
Right.
If they're going to be kind of criminal, let them be really not even good at it.
Not even good at it, right?
Not even good at covering it up.
Yeah. And my team in Spirit says there's no way to hide facts now. The truth is coming out. And the more that those types of people are trying to confuse and throw disinformation out, the more it's coming up to be exposed, because everything's got to come up to be exposed. So I love that. Craig's here. Hi, Craig. Hi, Sandra. Who did I see? Mary Thornberry. Brina. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. So, yeah, this is it's going to be, and this full moon tomorrow, right? It's a super moon. So they usually have that potency for a 6-month period, where most full moons are month to month. This is, expect expect a lot of revelations, because this is, cancer is our safety and security. Do we feel safe and secure? And if not, what is that? And how can we, you know, how can we fix it? Well, it's directly our government doing it to us. So, uh, you know, safety and security is, it's different for everybody, but it's usually money, you know, a stable home, things like that. And cancer also is ancestors and very psychic. So you might get a lot of downloads. There may a lot of information, maybe from your ancestors, will come in. Yes. So stick to the truth. That's right. I mean, it's not that hard. I don't get it. But and we got CEV12 here.
Hey,
Yeah,
CEV12, I note your question, and I got a little ding that I
go
should
ahead.
ask the question for you in the Akashic
Go ahead.
whenever you're ready to be read. So if I could get your permission, I'll ask when we're ready to do that question.
That is so cool. She's already getting dings. I love it.
Well,
I know how much money and time is all this. It's just, and they know. I want to say they are heartless, soulless entities. Okay, that's how I'm just explaining it to you like my team shows me. And they don't say that in a judgmental way. They just say some people are heart centered and soul centered, some are not, and they're not. And they know, or they knew, that this time frame was coming up where we are entering in. A lot of old eras are closing down and we're entering into the golden age. But they knew, excuse me, they knew to take advantage of this chaos period, because the chaos period has been this. Let's just say, my goodness, even if we go back to the harmonic convergence in 1987, it's been pretty chaotic, for a while. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's not much longer, but that's, I always get, guys, I get really frustrated and I ask, why are they allowed to lie? Why are they allowed to do that? And they said, every time they do, it's just going to come up, you know, quit focusing on that. I always get, focus on what you prefer. Focus on the world the way you would prefer to see it, instead of giving them any energy. But that's hard to do. It's hard. We're watching that play out in real time. It's not easy.
hmm.
I don't know. Do you have anything to say about? Thank you, Rossi. Um, Cancer full moon.
I was kind of interested enough to pick up that we've got a little tie into the nodes as well, the lunar nodes.
Yes, yes.
And it will be
Thank you.
interesting because the nodal path kind of charts a direction that we grow in life. If we're
Mhm.
tying it into how this moon is affecting or influencing the perception of what's going to be happening, we're asking, is this something that ties into a significant path that's going to emerge? I would kind of complementarily ask that we notice that Chiron is turning direct now.
Today, yeah.
Chiron's been retrograde for, I don't remember how long, quite a while. Um, as far as I'm aware, having Chiron direct is going to soothe the souls that have been really wrestling internally with a lot of the trauma that we've been coming to terms with over this past year and some. And I want to acknowledge that we don't really have to say too much about this today, but it will be a good idea to tie our hearts to the path of helping everyone that we can.
Yeah.
And when we ask in our hearts, can I help this person? We will get an answer that's typically along the lines of, you certainly can. When we do have it that we can, and we don't always notice exactly why, we trust that there's a good reason to do it. We don't always know what that reason really can be or can become. But we want to notice that it's helpful to be aware that we're guided by a light being, by a light that really possesses the heart that sees this world through the chaos and through the coming change into the coming age. So we want to help that light notice we are open to receiving the trust that we can do anything that the light asks us to do. So have a heart that says, I want to be open, I want to be aware, and I want to trust that I can help where I am asked in the light. And I want to say nothing more about it right now.
And that's beautiful, because that's, Cancer is a nurturing sign, and it is. We all have Cancer in us, right? And that part of us that will just, and how many people we know like that, that'll just jump up and help somebody in a minute, oh, you need your tire changed or whatever, And there's a lot of good people in the world. And they, despite what they're trying to do, we know that that's the way forward, is to come through the heart. Let's see. I'm just seeing if I missed any questions. If anyone has any questions, please put it in all caps. And please subscribe and share and like Kaylee's channel. And thank you for posting it, Rossi, in my channel. Yeah. Hi, Wiki. Wiki's here. I just saw you. Okay, Rossi got a question up. Make sure I got everybody. But yeah, it's gonna be this, to me. I've been waiting for this time, because it is where the truth really is exposed and comes out. There's no more hiding. Of course, I don't think we'll ever really know everything. That would be, I think it would be too much. I don't know. Okay.
It will be okay to notice that we'll know what we really get to know, and it'll be enough to give us a handle on what's going to happen.
True. I agree. Hi, Aaron. Good to see you, Stardust. Good to see you. Every time I go live, my throat just wants to stop.
Right then.
Okay, Mary Thornberry says, I have a very good feeling for this year. For me, I am not in a good place at the moment, but feel good changes coming. Any messages from the records? Okay, let me mark your question. Absolutely. It's like we're still in that liminal space where we're, I say this, I've probably said this for 2 years. We're in the chrysalis phase, and it's just been, you're just turned into you, and you don't know when when that butterfly's gonna pop out, but we're getting there. Hopefully. I feel good about this year. And I was pulling decks out because everything's still everywhere. And I looked down and they said, this is for everybody. It's friendship. It's a fire unicorn. But
like a fire horse.
Yeah. And you see this little bunny up on his head here. I thought it was so cute. And it says, friendship, seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. See? That's what we do here.
I like it.
No, it's so cool. It's good to be back. Kaylee and I had to miss a couple of weeks of all that moving, but holidays, they're just a lot anyway. Okay, I think I have everybody. I'm going to tell you who I have. I have Carl. I have Red Dragon. I have Craig Dixon. Hi, Craig. I didn't see you. CEV12, Stardust, CJM, and Mary Thornberry. If there's anyone else, please post your question. All right, Carl. Will I finally be able to close a deal next week so I can move out, or will someone come instead to help me with that? Am I still safe here or forced to move outside the basement by my friend today? I'm not understanding the last part. Am I still safe here or forced to move outside the basement by my friend today? Did you have to move?
I think if I understood correctly, I had a little explanation of that. Carl, do I have it correct? We were staying with our friends in the basement, and then there was a concern, and it was kind of a question as to whether you would move to another location on the property. Is that
Mm,
where you're asking about?
here he goes.
The hut.
My
Okay.
friend wants me to move to the parking lot hut. How do you feel about that, Carl?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, does it seem like it's a good move for you, or does it seem like it's not? I mean, that's important. Um,
It's
she's
a good question.
she's pressured by people here. Mm,
I want to ask if you noticed that it would give you an opportunity to allow the cats to have freedom, uh, even whether or not they get to have complete freedom. Would they get to have some more freedom, and would they get to have freedom if you move into the hut? And if you want to know something, by the way, I get a good feeling with the word hut. I'm crazy about
I
huts.
did too.
I
Okay.
did. I did. I mean, it was a good feeling. It wasn't
Yeah,
like, "Oh, you poor thing." It was like,
yeah,
"Oh, hut." Like, it was a good feeling.
yeah. That's how I felt too, and I was like, "No, God, you sound crazy." But I didn't say.
I don't know. It was I enjoyed the I just got a happy feeling about hut.
Yeah.
Um, I see you said you can't sleep with the noise of the cars, motorcycles. I do notice it's sometimes a little bit harder to adapt to a new way to be than we
Mm,
let ourselves think it's going to be. Having come up a little bit more right now, I can tell you that the first thing that's coming to mind, I thank the Holy Spirit. I ask the Holy Spirit to guide. We are going to let you notice that although the circumstances will be changing some, you can adapt and find it helps you to thrive in a new way, a new form. You can let yourself see that this is a different situation, a different circumstance than I asked myself to have, but it's going to provide me another way to see things. And I do think that it's going to be a better idea than not to allow my friend to move me where it suits my friend on purpose. I'm going to think about it like I'm letting my friend have a more comfortable energy in her home so that she can feel as if she's doing the best she can for all the people she's providing homes for. And
mm,
let her notice she does actually have your approval, your gratitude. It is okay to tell her if you want to. I really thank you for giving me a nice place I can still stay. And I feel like it's not really a big deal if you want to pass on it and go another place. I do feel like you could actually see that that opportunity can open up here before much longer. It isn't going to be a big deal, like a big haven of everything's perfect, but it does seem like there's something that can open up for you. I believe in my
mhm,
heart, one thing you want to be aware of is the kindness that you give, that you are giving out and sharing with the world, how you look at the animals. Allow yourself to feel as if every human being you encounter is just a hurt little animal, sometimes hurt, sometimes not.
mm.
It's just a little animal that could use a little bit of kindness and approval as well. And I do want you to mention in your heart, this is how I proceed. I let myself view it like these are feeling beings that don't know much. And if you can perceive anyone that way, you'll let yourself see a sweeter side to humanity than you've maybe gotten to experience in the past. And how I view this is it opens up possibilities that you're not yet understanding are available to you. And we
Mm,
wanted to give that heads up. We on purpose are actually saying this. There's nothing to say about a deal until you're ready to have it. I do notice that it's not easy to comprehend what we're talking about.
mhm,
The word is it happens at the right time if you are in alignment with your higher path and purpose. You've got to be aware that anything that's going to diverge you from your higher path and purpose will probably not succeed. And I'm actually requested to take out the word probably. You're on a path of ascension. You don't really want to be tied down to things that are of a vibration that doesn't accept the ascension that you're aiming towards. So that's all I can say. I express the best I can. Good luck to you and feel a little bit more optimistic and positive about what's coming in this year.
yeah, I think just this move is going to bring in other. opportunities is what I'm getting. Something about the hut or where it is um, I don't know. And then I got this card, and I wasn't. I was like, that doesn't sound right. It says unexpected, and it says city, travel, and buildings, adventure, state of mind, surprises, a move, wish for change, or complex issue. So now we have a few of those in there, right? But when I looked at it, they kept showing me this, and it kind of even looks like the background up here. This like really bright, like it's the sun here. That's the moon. I don't know. Uh, a lot of light is coming into you, and it is a move, and it seems like it's a downgrade. And he said there is no toilet there. Now that's hard.
Um, Speaking as a person who found it very comfortable to reside in the wilderness for a long time, for some years, I did notice that you can easily accommodate such needs without having to stress yourself out. It really is a simple function that humanity has dealt with for a very long time. We notice how to do it. It is not difficult.
Okay. And I mean, do you have like any, like, would you buy a porta pot? I don't know what those things are called. Little potties.
I'll be blunt. You can get easily enough. You can get a bucket and you can line it with a plastic bag or something.
Okay.
And you can take care of everything as simply as noticing that we are animals, and we have come up with a lot of conveniences to forget that, but we are basically biological machines
Yeah.
housing souls that get to reside here comfortably and confidently, noticing that we adapt to what we have to, with the understanding always that we can improve our circumstances by aligning a lot more with our higher path and purpose. And that does mean that we have to be in alignment with what is really true. And it is an important path to care about and keep in your heart. I know the truth is sometimes a hard thing to process, and
Hmm.
it really can be a difficulty to bring up and share with other people, but you like it. You like it. Think, I like the truth. It's not hard to notice if you need to say something. I thank the Holy Spirit. I'm to trust that it's okay to give you a little thought here, Carl. Ask yourself, am I doing things that God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit will approve of? Anytime you can say, I am, you'll be all right.
Hmm.
And it will help with all the fears and all the worries and all the anything that is of deep concern to you. You notice, am I doing things they approve of? If so, you know you'll be taken care of.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. And actually, I learned something. I didn't know. I mean, I never knew she could use a bucket in the bag. I like that. I
Oh my
like
gosh,
learning.
girl. You'd be amazed what you can do. You'd
Yeah.
be amazed.
I was like,
And hey,
what?
it's easier for guys too, by the way.
Yeah.
For
I
the
was,
record, it's a bit
yeah.
easier in some ways for guys. I'm not trying to dismiss it. I thank the Holy Spirit. All I mean is having experienced hardship, if people want to call it that, I did not find myself distressed. I found myself living a life where I cared less about what was probably mildly inconvenient at most.
Okay. And see, I feel, he says, I feel moving out anyway. I like, and Mary Thornberry said, many compost toilets on YouTube.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That is actually one of my favorite things. We do so much better in the world if we could start making use of some of these ideas. We really would.
Yeah. Hi, just visiting. Good to see you. And Sandra says, back in the 70s, I stayed in the basement of my bro's house. I used an ice cream bucket for a toilet and dumped it in a hole in the backyard.
Hmm.
Love
Craig
it.
Dixon, 50% easier for.
50%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and Carl's, I'm sorry, Red Dragon says, Carl, as a child in Vietnam, I squatted over a lake on makeshift toilet. Love to see the fish beneath. That's cute. You may even find someone to buy your waste. Oh, that's interesting. Wow.
I have
Well,
actually heard of people doing research on poop that will pay money for poop.
wow. Really?
My sister recommended it to me.
Really? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I mean, it's worth
Boy,
looking into. Hi, Amanda Celeste, and let me make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Just visiting, Craig Dixon, um, and a little wood ash. Amanda Celeste says,
mhm.
"You're good to go."
Shavings.
So I
It's
didn't know.
I I think the Holy Spirit. I'm getting a kick out of this topic coming up. I feel like it's safe to say, y'all, we are in a world. We're just beings in a world. This is innocent stuff. We
Mhm.
really don't have to be afraid of noticing that the world has come up with patterns of behavior that we can ascribe to, or we can find in a different way. And I
And
like that we look at it without any
yeah,
embarrassment.
yeah. I mean, things are. I don't see you, staying in a situation like that, Carl. I really don't, long term. But I think you're going to meet somebody soon that's going to help you. But
Open up in that idea of
yeah,
every human, and see, humans can be somewhat, how do I put it? They're
stop.
intimidating if you're viewing them like they have an agenda or
Mm,
they have a way of being that you can't comprehend. And they can be intimidating unless you look at
mm,
them simply put as this is a creature in the world. I am a being who loves creation. I love how the beings are in this world. They don't have to be scary to me. I can see them as simple beings, simple animal beings, and I can have a heart for them. Even just a little one, like, oh, that one looks sad. I'm gonna give it a
mhm.
cheerful feeling and make it feel a little better.
Send
And
it. Yeah.
and
Just,
trust what you're doing, the work you're doing to help the animals, to
mhm,
help the cats. If you start to see it like I can just extend my range just a little bit at a time
mhm,
and have the understanding you're not really afraid of anybody. You're not
yeah.
afraid of anybody.
No. And I get that, you do that for others and you do that for the cats. And why Kaylee was talking about it just now, I was here. Treat yourself the way you treat the cats. It's so important. We kind of, I know I used to do this, put myself on the back burner and take care of everyone else, and I thought I was doing the right thing, but I didn't know that I needed to honor myself too. And then I got this card for you, Carl. It's abundance. We got rainbows here. And it says, enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. Okay. So it is our, if you want to say our job, it's our job to tell ourselves that everything, and whatever your dream is coming to you. And to see that instead of, and I know this is a hard thing to do, and I used to get pissed when people said this to me, and I was like struggling. Oh, just you can't look at the reality and not be like, how do you not look at the reality? I'm living the reality, but it's a practice, but it does work. If you can even just give yourself a couple minutes a day to go into the reality that you would prefer to experience, pretty soon you're going to see that every time something pops up that isn't that, then pretty soon more of that is coming into your reality. And I don't know how to explain it other than it's the spirit, it's the divine. Um, okay, they want me to say this last thing. This energy right around us is whatever we think, speak, believe, we create. We are that powerful, and we've been told that we don't have any powers. But this is the truth. The more you speak your reality into this ether around you, the more it comes in to you. And and that's not discounting that we all had to go through a hard time, and it's kind of part of it. Like you, until you, the way they're showing me, and they're saying to me, until you believe that there was another way, it didn't appear for you, and that is really the truth. That I didn't believe it, and I, lived in misery at that time. Um, I hope that helps, Carl. Keep us updated on what's going on.
Is that a whole unicorn deck that you're
Yeah,
using? Oh, I love it.
yeah.
I
This
love
is,
it.
and I dropped one, and I can't. Oh, there it is. I don't
It's
want
probably wanting to be seen.
to. Yeah. Oh, the deck. Yeah. This
Oh,
is.
that's the one we dropped.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like this one's cool. Polarity. Look at that. That's
oh
cool.
yeah.
They're really cool pictures. Um. So many decks. So much fun. All right. So let's go to, where did I go? Who is this? Oh boy. Why is nothing working? Okay. I hope I didn't remove somebody's question. I thought I was. There we go. Why does it keep doing that?
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh, they're saying unstart it. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. All right, Reverend Dragon, any messages Spirit wants me to hear, please? I just already got that you're getting ancestor information this week. If you haven't already,
That does resonate.
yeah.
I mean, there's a strong thread there. Um, I thank the Holy Spirit. I ask the Holy Spirit to guide. Yeah, there's like a happy, jumpy feeling in my heart. I feel like you need to go first.
Happy to be feeling. I love.
Yeah, it's a ebullient. Am I saying that word right?
Oh, buoyant. Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
feeling. And when you said that, I picked this card for her. It's freedom, and it's a flying unicorn.
Woo!
Yeah. And I was like, there she is. There's Kim flying around. She has a lot of, and then I just got quickly on the bottom. So something's coming in, and this is magic, success, soon, right track, multiplying, birthing, uh, live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence. Yeah, I agree with you, Kaylee. It's a lot of, I just gotta like take a deep breath and just let it out. Go have fun.
I think she's asking, should I dance around the yard tonight?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
didn't see the point unless you were aware of that joyous feeling in the heart, which I think you'll probably get a reason to feel. I thank the Holy Spirit. I ask the Holy Spirit to guide. We do always notice that what you have in you is someone who has a sincere depth and resolve. And we notice that that depth and resolve can sometimes become a little bit hampering to the lighthearted feeling. And we're hoping that you get to savor that lighthearted feeling as much as you want to. And we don't have to put on your agenda that that is the most important thing. We just want to see you celebrating. We just want to see it. And I'm getting this like your guides are giving it right now. We just want to see you celebrating. And we feel like there's something good to celebrate coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you wish.
Yeah, and there's a full moon tonight. Tomorrow is the exact. I think it's like at 5 a.m. Eastern. Definitely, you want to. I always say do a release ceremony. Full moons are for releasing. New moons are for planting seeds. But the last couple of years, it's kind of like they've been intertwined. Do your release ceremony, then call in your intentions on whatever moon it was. So. I feel what, well, okay, there, okay. Uh, what your intentions have been, like that's coming in. I'm seeing it's like really a present being unwrapped. Hmm, that's pretty cool. Brenda, let me check see if I have your question out.
Um, moment. I noticed when you're mentioning over there,
I don't.
Sam, about your guides noticing you've been down lately. I had a flash in my mind of who is a guide of yours, who's going to your heart and wanting to pull something from your heart. And I want to ask you, do you have a word that comes to mind? Maybe just a single word or even a couple words that describes that interesting energy that's been lurking around your heart that you could offer?
Mm, yeah. For Red Dragon, yeah.
If you have
Yeah.
just a word or something, I don't know why, but they're wanting to emphasize that we can give you a way to help handle that. If you just can make it labeled, kind of make it categorized,
Here.
and how I would put it is give it a name, and then we can address it.
Huh. Yeah, things are changing for you. And you know, this last month, especially these last couple of weeks, the purging has been pretty deep. And most we don't really have like can put a label on it or can bring it to a certain thing because it could even be from another lifetime, right? But say you do know. Um it, I kept getting just sit with it. Like there was a lot. I was like really anxious before moving. I was like to the point of having anxiety attacks because I didn't want to drive an hour. I didn't want, too many things were like coming um, into my fear body, right? Hitting my nervous system, and it's. I just kept hearing you have dragons all around you. Work through it, walk through it. It's not easy though, you know. Oh,
Well,
there's a heaviness in her heart. Yeah.
I like that we have a label for it now.
Hmm.
We have a label that we can give you a way to work with. I want you to allow yourself to following this in the evening, wherever you go when you're ready to dance, but you're not ready quite emotion. You're not quite in that place yet, but you're gonna be in that place. Get yourself in a good state of clarity and feel into that heart feeling without noticing it like it is in charge of anything. Ask it, what do you have to say to me? And I see you're giving a little bit more explanation. You have felt anxiety and melancholy.
Hmm.
How I'd put it is if you have that idea that your heart has a feeling, it wants you to attend to a little something. If you go into your heart and you ask it now, how much do I have to attend to? It will give you a little list. It will say, I've got a few things I need to say. It will ask you to notice that some of those things are about how you feel and allowing yourself to see what you feel is actually appropriate for a certain circumstance you want to resolve. It will ask you to notice that it's okay to say, all right, I notice what I have to resolve. I will get myself to take care of it appropriately. And then your heart can say, yay, I don't have to worry. It's on the agenda now. It is totally set now. And the heart can feel as if it's been acknowledged and it's being trusting and it lets you know, I've got this cleared up. And we ask you to notice that if you feel like it's a little harder than that, go into your heart again and ask, do I notice what else I have to say? And I have a feeling the heart is going to ask you to tell yourself what you really want, what you really have in your heart for what you want life to be. And it will say, just give yourself 2 ideas and say they are easily accomplished ideas. And it will let you know as soon as you say that, it will be like, yay! And we'll say, yay, we've got it. Now that's on the agenda and it's going to lighten up. And we give you a hand knowing it's not that hard. You'll get it. You've got it. You've got it. You've got it. old soul.
Yeah, see, it's interesting. I was going to grab another deck, and he told me to grab this deck, and the card says Star Being Healing Codes. Important information. Wounds are healed, recharging. So they said to go read it, right? So I'm reading it, and it says in the message, if the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it's okay for you to retreat to a safe space to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer or other for others and share healing with the world, but please ensure you are balanced and filled up with light first. This is not the time for you to sacrifice your own well being in order to serve others. Light beings are placing their hands upon you now, filling you with divine light that will wash away any blockages or stagnant energy standing in the way of your freedom and wholeness. Star beings are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being, and it's important for you to stay alert for any intuitive guidance about your body so you can be restored to health once more. I thought that was pretty cool. And while I was reading that, I'm getting that this is an old wound. It is from ancestors or from another time or from a lineage wound of some sort. But allow the star beings to heal you. I don't know if you can see this being behind this real light being sending it's like it's like it's charging you. They're charging you. Let us know if this helps, because it has been heavy. I believe that, especially when I look at the stars. Yeah, so cool. All right, I think I got Leah. Leah, I did get your Christmas. I mean, your. I'm reading your question. Craig is saying, I'll leave the Christmas tree up. Clara likes it, and so do I. I do too. I love the lights. I didn't get to have one this year, but I've seen them. It's been pretty. All right, make sure I have everybody. Sandra, yeah. Sandra, she, she's been talking about how the homeless aren't being helped in our nation. Here, she says, people freezing to death isn't reason enough to change government. It is disgusting and it is deplorable, and change is coming in. I just don't even. I can't even believe this is America, but we had to go down into this mess for whatever reason. Brina, I didn't get your question, hon. If you would put it up again. Yeah, it's a supermoon.
I have to tell Leah something. The critters are by and large doing all right, really good in some cases, and some are now acquiring a trust that it's good to let them be a little bit more of the animal they are rather than such a child of mine. We had a little experience where a female dog acted like the namesake of female dog, and she got a little bit in trouble. She's learning how to be an outside dog, and herself is actually seeming to understand it's not a bad idea for her. And we also have some chickens that spontaneously addressed a question I had by starting to lay eggs, which was exciting because it's winter and you don't usually notice that they're going to lay in winter. And we have not a whole lot of updates other than that on how everyone's doing. We're making little improvements here and there.
Yeah, it's just, I really don't even understand how in this 2026 have people, we can't give every person the basic necessities, but that's part of why we are where we're at, because that has to come up, and it has to be um, witnessed, right, for us to make those changes to go into a whole different direction than we've been in. So I know it's hard to see. Uh, okay,
It's certainly
uh,
an unchristian thing to not take care of the people who could use help.
yeah, I don't. It's not letting me. Okay, I'm gonna hit Brenna's next because it's not letting me start it for some reason. What happened?
Kim, I just learned about
Really?
the monks very recently and I was just awestruck. I'm so, 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 so thankful they're giving an example of what character and strength the Buddhists have. I was really impressed. And how that fellow who was hit by a car and lost his leg, and then came back to meet with his brothers on the walk and said, I gave my leg for peace. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Incredible. These
Yeah,
people are incredible.
that's amazing. Okay,
It's
let's.
a story that's ongoing too. I noticed that I think their destination is DC, so we can see how things are going to turn and change.
Mary
Let's see.
Thornberry, that's so sweet. She has a female dog, is old, and she has no control of her bowels. But other than that, she is fine. People tell me to put her down, but she still runs the fields, eats and drinks. Yeah, that's
I
that's
love that.
yeah, I love that
It,
too.
I don't want to mention it like it's any big deal, but the reason I'm a little bit cross with that one dog is she got in a little bit of a dispute with her mother, who is not someone I will let anyone trifle with in my house.
Mm-mm. Well, she's learning the lesson. I'm feeling. She's getting the
Honestly,
message.
I've always felt a little bit bad keeping them inside as much as I have because I love the outdoors. I love living in the world. And I hope she's going to pick up some new energy of spirit that will help her. Okay.
Alrighty, Brenna 41. What do you see about my creative project this year? I misplaced my notebook with initial notes. Will I be able to find it? The first thing I got is just like when you're in meditation and you're speaking to your team, say thank you. I always say thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I inquire about whatever it is that's on my mind or my heart. And I would say, please remind me of um, the notes in the creative project. Now, at the same time I'm saying that, you are also your creative project has evolved. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna pull a couple cards, and and this is important too, to take your time. We just got in 2026, so I kind of acclimate to it. I got freedom for you, and it's good health, better times, growth, family, positive outlook, success, and hope. So I feel like you are right there. Do you think you'll find it?
I noticed the first thing that came to my mind is I saw a notebook with interesting stuff on it, and it felt like, oh, you find it. It's right there, and I feel like I thank the Holy Spirit. I ask the Holy Spirit to guide. I do want to acknowledge that although sometimes we need to find these things to remind ourselves, you want to keep in your heart that somewhere in you, you have a perfect picture of it already in your mind. It's
Mm,
almost like we forget how easily our mind actually keeps information on hand for us. And I want to give you a little hint. If you can, see it like I notice exactly where I put it, and I'm going to just notice it when I go by it. I'm not even going to notice that I'm actually thinking of it like I'm looking for it. I'm just going to notice it when I go by it. So I know where it is. I know I have it. I'm just not going to look for it. I'm going to find it. And it's not like a big deal. I do know you're
Mhm.
asking about the creative project this year. I thank the Holy Spirit. Hmm. I see. It's like fireworks. It starts with a long climb. Imagine how fireworks sometimes they go up and you don't see anything for a little bit. They're going up. You can hear them, but you're just knowing there's like a trail of a line going up into the sky. You don't know what it's about until all of a sudden they just burst into this beautiful display. And I feel like you are going to experience a little bit like that with your creative project. Um, I thank the Holy Spirit. What? I'm getting a little thing. It's not so much I have to amplify. I'm supposed to give the message and stop.
I know I do the same thing. I'm like, but it's you know how fast things come in, and you're trying to explain the details you're seeing and feeling and knowing, and
I'm getting a new thing about that. I think that I just got a hint about what they're going to give me on that. They give me a prompt that's a little bit like uncomfortable to make me go what, and then they go stop. So that's I think that's going to be happening now.
I
Oh
see
my
that's part of what's
gosh,
going on. Like our spirit, our intuition is coming in, and it's like, okay, you don't have to say so much, or you know, like I stumble on my words. So let's see. Okay, this is interesting. Stargate of Lyra. Expand your causal chakra. Okay, enter the unicorn kingdom. Okay, now if you see, I saw that creation like above the crown. There's more information coming into you, but there always is, right? It always is. So I would ask my team to guide me on this and relax into knowing that you are receiving information um, that you require to create your new project. That's what they just said to me. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I missed anybody. I hope that helps. Um,
Did you get Leah's question? I think she was asking a little bit ago if we saw her query.
okay. Okay. And see, and Brina is saying, Val, this project has evolved from my original topic to something completely different. See,
Oh,
and that's what's going to happen, and it's just going to keep um, expanding on these new hits that are coming in. Yeah, this I agree with you, Sandra. They're criminalizing homelessness because they're making money off of those detention centers, and that's a whole nother ugly story. Um, uh,
the hostile architecture. I saw Aaron's comment about that. It's one of the terrible things that we're actually seeing is I thank the Holy Spirit. It's feeling like we're making a world where unless you're willing to kowtow to the status quo and do exactly what other people are informing you is your responsibility to this world, you're not allowed to have a life here. And I
mhm,
do not really hold that we all have to be doing 9 to 5s or anything similar to 9 to 5s. We have a world, another idea about life here, and we don't have to continue in this path that we've been on, which is ultimately proving to be quite harmful to both the planet and to the human beings who live in it. And I would also like to mention that I care about the animals a whole lot more than I get to express, and it hurts me
mhm,
so much to notice what
mhm,
we've been accomplishing, wiping out countless species and
mhm.
finding that we're barely able to keep afloat the handful of beings of magnificent creation that are asking us to simply trust that it'll be okay in the long run if we just let go of this anger that I still feel. It'll be okay in the long run. And I trust I can shush. I'll just go on a rant if I keep going.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I get my team because it's going to all work out. It's all going to it's a cycle, you know, and I get frustrated and I say, well, it's been very long and very disturbing cycle, you know.
Did we get Sue Toffee's question as well, Leah
I,
and Sue Toffee?
I got Sue Toffees. I'm looking for Leah's. Let me see if I have it stored. Yes, I do have it started. I'm looking everywhere for it. I couldn't find it. Okay. All right. So I have. Okay, we gotta see. Okay, we did Red Dragon. Um, we got Craig Dixon, CEV 12. Uh, that's nothing. Stardust Rossi, CMJ, Mary Thornberry, Wiki, Aaron. Oh my goodness, Leah, Holly, and Sutafi. All right. So, and we're already in an hour. You tell me how you're doing on time.
Well, I'll let it be known that they have begun giving me an
Right.
uncomfortable, an ouchy prompt when I have said enough. So I'll probably be a lot briefer and more specific, I
Okay.
think.
All right. Craig Dixon. Hi, ladies. Does my guide Clara have any messages about January, February, and March? I feel I'm moving closer to communication with the other side. Cool. January, February, March.
I'm going to begin. I asked the Holy Spirit to help with this. Clara is showing me first. There's like a light coming out of. I'm going to just use language that makes sense to me, and hopefully it'll make sense to you. You're thinking of the not right head. You're already communicating with the other side with a
Mhm,
lot of things beyond your reckoning in this material seeming world. You're already doing this. You don't notice it because you're thinking about it in a very certain, clear way.
mhm,
You want it to seem like the kind of mystical sort of idea. It really is almost more practical, and
mhm,
it is also a little bit simpler to tell you if you feel like you're not doing it, ask yourself to notice what it feels like when you are doing it, and
mhm,
then notice that that's a really good idea because you'll discover, oh, that's what that is.
mhm,
And we thank you for asking about the 3 month period there. If we ask anything more, we're just going to tell you the truth. It's simply put going to be an extraordinary idea for you ahead.
mhm. I agree. Yeah, it is. It's almost like it's too easy. Like when I'm getting information, when I was first getting guided information, my guide's talking to me, I'd be like, that can't be it. And it can't be that easy. And it really is. It's like that knowing, inner knowing inside. Um, I got for January, February, March to, yes, they're like, look down. And I got the intuition card. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. So, see, this is already going on within you. You know, it is good to use either cards or a pendulum at first, so you can, verify your verify what you're getting. You know, just the pendulum. Just have you decide. I say to my team, show me a yes, show me a no. So I always keep it the same way, and we any time I have to go deeper into questions, I use that because it'll give me yes, no, and I can feel the direction that I'm being guided to go to. But I got teacher, guru, guide, learning new skills, wise advice, mentor, talent, expanded studies and practicing. Like, are you going to take a class or like something for the beginning of the year here? They're saying take a psychic development class. I think she's doing a class on a book. I know a couple people now. I can't think off of the top of my head who's holding classes, but it isn't. It's like start slow, allow yourself to feel into the right direction for you. There's no rush. There's no need to jump, but absolutely follow your heart and do what it is that you're guided to do. All right, Craig. I hope that helps. All right, CEV 12. Hi, Happy New Year. I've been feeling negativity for weeks and wondering if it's God. Yeah, that's the end. That's the end of this cycle. There's a lot of eras are closing down, and that's a 9 year. And even though that year ended yesterday, um, we still, let me put it in astrology terms. To me, when the new era starts is February 20th, 2026, when Saturn and Neptune are at 0 degree Aries. Okay, that's the new way forward. That's the whole world. And that's not going to be like, oh, here we arrived. You know, we still have to create whatever that is, wherever we're going into. But that negativity, just let it come out. It's got to come out of your cellular structure, out of our molecules, so we can clear whatever that is. You might not know, might not have be able to label it. Like I said, a lot of that stuff can come from past lives, and it's okay to go into, when we're in winter, we go inside, we go in these deep feelings and release. What do you have, Kaylee? I feel
Well, I noticed the Holy Spirit has a notice of this that has to do with a process I usually do in the Akashic Records. Now, I can't access a person's Akashic Records without specific permission. So, CV12, if you would like me to access that, I would ask you to give your specific permission.
Oh, she did. Remember
She
earlier?
did give her permission. I didn't see where she gave the approval. I'm sorry.
I didn't either, but I could have swore because you said I got a hit or you got something at that
I did
moment.
say I had gotten one, but I didn't see her give approval to access the
I,
record.
I could have swore I did see it. CEV 12, are you here with us?
I noticed that I do have a lot of things in my mind. You say yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I know. I do too.
Okay.
I
It's
could
a
have sworn.
request for assistance. Awesome.
Hold on to knowing in your heart, right? Right, Leah? Hi, Maureen. Hope you're having a good night.
Oh, no, no. There's a portal way open. I'm going to go a little bit further into it before I say too much. Huh. And I noticed what I can tell you is it's a portal way to how I'd identify it is it's like a not exactly subconscious. It's more like an astral plane that you don't like. We like to express it like this. There's access from here to 7 positive and seven negative astrals. And the 7 positive ones are like getting closer and closer to heaven. The 7 negative ones are like getting closer and closer to the not so nice place. And it feels as though there's been a portal way. I don't know how to describe it except it's more like a little energy doorway that your mind wanders through. And it feels like this one has to do with a sense of limitation. And I think that how I'd look at it is there's a reason to notice you sometimes feel like there's something blockading what you want to accomplish. And how I'd put it lightly is you want to ask yourself, do I have to have this portal way? Is it in any way helping me? Now, I noticed that we got a request for assistance from your soul. And what that informs me of is it is not helping you. Your soul is saying this is contrary to my plans for this life. So you want to allow yourself to process it like this. As soon as I go to a mindset of limitation, I quit.
Mhm.
I quit. I don't go there anymore. And you thank the Holy Spirit and ask, can I have a new mindset that's going to help me shift away from this feeling of negativity and doubt? And I guess what you want to ask yourself is, do I know what purpose I want to be celebrating, say in this new year? And I hope you allow yourself to spend just a short while in meditation and maybe ask yourself to just let that spark of inspiration that's right there quietly lurking inside your heart saying, I know what I want. I know what I want. Let it just emerge and tell you, even in your own voice, just like sit there in meditation and have the words just come out and say, this is what I want to do. And then notice that if that thought of limitation tries to emerge again, you you cut it off at the knees. You just tell it it has absolutely no way to influence you any further. And I did pick up a fun way. I thank the Holy Spirit. That's all I'm supposed to say.
Okay, so wow. I was reading everybody's comments and listening to Kaylee at the same time, and I'm just not as skilled as I'd like to be. Yes, Allie is doing a book club. There is a couple of classes going on. Craig says he is of Mexican descent and doesn't want to travel too far, and don't, this next, I'm Native American, Hispanic, of Mexican descent, and I try my best not to travel more than usual. It's probably smart right now.
I saw
Unfortunately,
that.
we are
It
in
hurt
the,
my heart.
yeah, it does hurt. It hurt. All of this hurts my heart. You know what Sandra's talking about him and Sue Toffee. I read your stuff here, and you know, this is this is the, we're down in the trenches of this stuff right now, and it is just, I'm guided to let the world play out, to focus on what it is I love and value. I don't like going anywhere, and I don't have those issues, but I don't even want to be out there. So it's such a weird time right now. Um, if you can, Craig, try to, there's a lot of readers or psychics and stuff are doing classes. Um, Maybe take a class for a couple months and just stick at home, stick to yourself while the end of this world plays out, because it's got something, we can all feel something's about to snap, right? And I mean, I'm just going to be honest. If you can be a known PDF file and do these horrible things, be in a position of power and still have that position of power, what are we doing? And I want to get really angry about it all. My team is saying to focus on what we prefer. So let's do that. Clara has taken him to a trip to see her home in heaven. That's so cool. Okay, Sue Toffee. I'm sorry, here it is. My cats and I, homeless, told to vacate on Christmas Day. I was looking for a job, so cats and I left on Christmas Day. She did get into an emergency accommodation. New bed, fairly big room, separate kitchen, bathroom. Government pays for housing, my income until I get back on my feet. And I was scared as cats, and I had nowhere to go. To me, that's beautiful. That you can take your cats. That's really cool. That it got care. You're cared for. Mm. Okay, Leah says, I heard Stephen Burns of Free Energy. Yep, the free energy scientist was killed, and then the person they said killed him supposedly unalived himself. The day I heard that, I heard it before he was talking about it. I heard it on the news, and you knew. And I forget what I was listening to, because I don't watch the news. But the person that was saying that guy unalived and then the other guy unalived, and it just so happened the Orange Menace had bought $6 billion in stock in the company he was working for, the one that got unalived. So, and anywhere he's involved, I always think there's there's smoke, there's fire. However they say that. How do they say that? Where there's smoke, there's fire. There we go. All right. All right. Let's see where. So, Steve, are you? We'll come back to that. Stardust. My friend and I are hoping to work on something. How will it go? Thanks.
I thank the Holy Spirit. And I ask Jesus to come and assist too. I don't know why I didn't ask earlier.
Cool.
Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's really cool. First, just to start, I'm getting this image of two forms. And it's sort of like a yin yang energy because we've got kind of dark and light,
Mm-hmm.
two forms, and they're coming together. And they're right now like drawings, like little cartoon drawings. And it's you and your friend coming together. And there's a real kind of kismet type of energy there from the third eye. And it's going from third eye to third eye. It looks like we're able to connect in that vision department. Now I see a little bit of complexity when it comes to the interaction. Like someone's wanting to put their hand there, and then the other one's like, wait, my hand was going to go there, but it doesn't. Now we got to readjust a little bit. So a little bit of adjustment as we're getting a clear idea of who takes what responsibility, what action. And I see it like it's just a small little portion of it. And then we start getting into like a flow, and it can become a flowing energy where we're actually really complementing each other. There's something about an ego to be aware of. Ego just is having to do with our self identity. It isn't so much about arrogance, it's more about how we're perceiving ourselves in a situation or in any circumstance. What I get is there's a little heads up to do with ego. It is to lay the ego down. It is to let the ego not do, just lay the ego down. Now I got that pain that says stop.
Okay. And as you were saying, while you were talking, right, the card I picked was intensity. So it's passion, it's fire. Then they showed me the fire horse, right? This is going to take flight, take off is what I was going to say. It's going to take off. To each person has their like list of things to do, and this is how we stay out of the ego. Um, we can always say, how would you like this idea? We can offer suggestions, but I was getting the ego thing, like it could get a little spicy, right? And over, I don't, maybe a little too much going in, one person going too far in, others in their path, in their way. Just be mindful of that. And you can even set ground rules, right? Before, the best you can. I hope that helps. Stardust. All right, Rossi. May I have a message from my guides for 2026? Yes.
Thank the Holy Spirit. I ask Jesus to assemble the guide team.
Mm. I love it. I'm getting you're exploring a, a position, like a leadership. Take it lead. When I say that, it's like taking lead of your life on what it is that you want to pursue, what your heart is speaking to you. Follow your heart, you will not go wrong. And it's and like I got authority and exploring. So to me, this is they were using you to being a leader of your own life and exploring all those different options that appeal to you. Because that is by following our heart, it'll lead the way. So exciting. I'm so excited about this year. But look, then I got leadership. See, something about you stepping into your power, Rossi. Step into your leadership. Share your message. Inspire and empower others. Okay, and they said, look at this one. The one below it was growth. Seek out a mentor or guide. Take baby steps as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. So growth and leadership. Hope that helps. Okay.
Um, I saw a person who kind of came up behind me and tapped me on the shoulder, and I looked over my shoulder, and there's this ginormous person. Who says, I'm pretty much the most important one. And then I was sort of like hesitant for a minute because it was such a big presence. And I finally see it, and I asked the Holy Spirit to ensure I put the words correctly. This is to emphasize that a special spirit guide is with you who is about having a great presence and being confident and acknowledging that historically it's been a little bit particularly interesting to try to challenge yourself to show that energy, arrogance, which is, hold on, I got to say something about arrogance. Sometimes we use it like it's not a nice thing. Arrogance is okay if you know what you're doing. Pride is not. Pride is putting others down so that you get built up. Arrogance is, hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to listen to you guys when you don't know what you're doing. So have an awareness, your spirit guide, who is your chief talker at this moment, is giving an impression that we want you to get a lot of huge confidence and huge awareness.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
talk to get.
It does feel big. It does. It feels like coming, when you taking your full power back. It's a big deal. It's big. Hope that helps, Rosty.
Hi, Liz.
Everybody coming into 2026. I love it. Okay, then we got CJM. May I please have a message for 2026? Hi, Liz. Is what I hear. Maureen's here. Hi. Mm.
Thank the Holy Spirit. And I thank God and Jesus. And I ask for a message for CJ for 2026. Jesus is saying, just ask him. He wants to do it.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, it's a sweeter feeling. Give from your
Mhm.
heart. Give from your heart. Okay. They're telling me to give from my heart. I got to go into my heart right now. Oh, I see. There's like a river of feeling that comes around you. It comes around you. It wants to swirl and surround and hold you and hold you.
Aw.
Mm.
Denise.
It happens to be clear that this is about a sweet, sweet heart feeling that is sort of along the lines of a flow that carries you forward. And it has a feeling of, I want to care for you very much. It does happen to be a little bit of a nuanced feeling. It does sometimes feel like you want to turn away from a caring feeling that does want to have you with it. You want to notice that as soon as you feel like that caring feeling is a little bit hard to trust, you let yourself just kind of close down a little bit. And we feel like that is all right. It's perfectly acceptable. Just notice that what I'm doing is just separating for a short while. It's not going to be a long term separation from that trust. It's just a short little visit to a solitude place. And then I feel like I've gotten a little bit of that solitude place figured out, sorted out. And then I ask that it's easy to go back to that love, 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 comforting flow. And I trust that you will notice that it really does feel very, very harmoniously balanced and
Mm.
alive and with you and conscious of you. And struggling less and less and less is in your agenda for now.
Mm. I like that. That was pretty. It felt good. It felt like the card, like I picked this card flow. And when you started talking, it was just like a nice, easy flow. Find an easier path forwards. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. And I want to say that's for everybody because we might have our dream down in detail, but spirit's going to come in with something even more magnificent, you know? So just flow with it and trust that inner self. And then I got strength for you. This challenge will make you stronger and you will get through to the other side. Look at the gifts in this situation. So even, that inner strength And sometimes, it takes all the inner strength. We can't just flow because we always want to do something. We want to give it. We got to get it done. We got to do it. We got to make it happen. We got to, you seriously, that is something they really, like these next couple of months, it's about just being. And I know it seems like I've been saying that for like the whole year, but really it's like let that release go. Let your dream flow into you because our team can only bring in the dream when we're in a relaxed state, bring in the information. And I got new skills, wise advice, and learning. So maybe you're going to take a class or something too, CJM. And we're always learning, right? We're always learning. We're always teachers. We're always teachers and students. But there's so much. There's so much to do. But it is all based on what we love and value. It's so important. It's really nice, Leah. It's real nice. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful to have moved and everything. Just really cool. Okay, CJM. Yes, I'm struggling with my mom's passing. Yeah, just let yourself feel that. That inner strength is, in times like that, you have no choice. It just is. And that's okay to just be with that for now.
I was getting that pain to tell me to stop. I haven't had it yet. And CJ, I noticed that how I was feeling when that heart energy was coming is that you were having these arms really want to wrap around you. And I wanted you to notice that you feel safer when you let yourself notice that it's real.
Yeah.
There's really nothing else you need to ask yourself except for, is it really true? And then notice that it is. And then accept that your mom's passing opens up her way of expressing to you in a whole new dimension of thought and mind and heart. And you want to let yourself notice that she does love you still.
Yeah.
And you will observe her in a new light. And she will come to you in a light that you didn't understand she had possession of. And we do care a lot to notice that she's wanting to say something. She wants to express a trust that you will love her so much happier way ahead than you do now.
And that's one of the hardest things to explain to people when the other side is very happy. They're so content. You are always going to see them again. But the fact that we sit here and we mourn and grieve, it hurts them. It sends, it breaks their heart to see us in grief. Even though, yes, that's natural. Talk to your mom. She's there. And this goes for anybody. Talk to your loved one. They're right there with you. Tell them about your good moments. Tell them about, all your moments. They're right there with you.
I'm noticing hands coming out holding a treasure chest.
Aw.
I'm getting that it's how your mom is showing me is it's like a treasure chest within your heart. It opens you up to the world of experience that you've been asking to have. And we thank you for observing. You can notice her in a whole new way there. And we want you to see it as if that is like a guidance to take a step upwards in your vibration on an ascension idea to allow yourself to observe that she is really consciously present.
That's beautiful. It's true. She's right there. And it's beautiful. I hope that helps, CJM. You're welcome. Well, Craig, that's sweet. Craig's going to send her prayer. That's beautiful.
She says, I trust you to come up and see me.
Oh.
And I think that's it. Oh, for now. Oh, I
That's
can do right now. Okay.
it's, it's beautiful. It's gonna be like, and this is like the veil so thin. As we all acclimate to that, we're gonna be able to just. I mean, we can now. It's not like it's something we can't do. Interact with those in the heaven realm on a more consistent basis. It's it's really
Oh,
beautiful.
I like that.
Yeah,
I feel like the heaven realm is really wanting us to do that.
yeah, it is beautiful. Thank you, CJM. All right, Mary Thornberry. I have a very good feeling for this year for me. I'm not in a good place at the moment, but feel good changes coming. Any messages from the records for me? I feel really good even with problems. Yeah. And isn't that it's such a weird it's such a weird feeling, isn't it? 'Cause I was doing the same thing throughout the last year or so. It's just like, how can I feel okay knowing I have this thing weighing on me or whatever, you know? And my team would say that's because you all are becoming and that's the inner strength, that inner strength. You can see both things at the same time or experience both things at the same time. Sorry, go ahead, Kaylee. Just
Well,
throwing
I
that.
I asked the Holy Spirit to help me out with this. When I saw your question earlier, Mary Thornberry, I asked if there was a request for assistance in the records from your higher self, and there was not. And that indicates how you can actually accomplish what you're doing is to keep being who you're being now. And notice that when you're actually noticing it, like, hey, this is going to be a good year. I feel good right now, even though
Mhm,
there's things to take care of, I can handle it. That's
mhm.
how you be the soul in the life. I feel like you must have had some accomplishment of caring about how to be in connection with your higher self.
Mhm,
Notice that it kind of connects to the idea, the concept that we come here with a belief that we actually have an intention for our lives. And when we get really separated from our self and our understanding of ourself, we don't always achieve the intention. But you are very much in a connection with your higher self. And that's aligned with the purpose that you came here to accomplish. So I'd believe in yourself a whole lot. I'd get really excited and eager to
mhm.
see how come you don't have anything to worry about, and then notice how easy it is to feel like it's really worth being here.
So cool. So cool. And while you were talking, I pulled this card for her. I got the magic unicorn here for you, Mary Thornberry. So make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. And that's exactly what you're doing. Like, okay, I'm not feeling very good, but I feel like I'm in a good place in the moment. And I feel good change is coming. It's by acknowledging that you are creating the magic to bring in that next I feel like your next best step, right? The next part of your path. And then I got, and this is a full moon, and it says, pool of Christ light. Open your heart, spread unconditional love. And the more we do that, right, I just send it out all day. And the more, I don't want to say like you send out love and wow, good things happen to you, but that's really what does happen. The more you receive what you are, and it is magic. And I think this is what you do because you are very loving. And it's just like it's almost like you got to get used to that because I know I did. I kept thinking, well, when's the other shoe gonna drop, and things like that. You know, like I was always the worst case scenario person, and just to be in like balancing both of that out in me it was it was uncomfortable at first, but then now it's just is. It just is. It is, and that's what they're saying. This is our normal, our natural state. We're remembering who we are, and so much of what we've been taught was not our natural state. Okay, is there anything else? Cycles, changes, signs, confusion. Okay.
I think Mary's got a comment to address as well.
No, I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, full moon in Cancer tomorrow. Where's Mary? Oh, there she is. Oh my God, I pray. Shout out loud, please help bring. And now you say that they are not listening, although I need help, I guess. I have to do it myself. Oh no, they're listening. What do you mean?
Well, that's kind of how this works, actually. When we're asking
Mhm.
in the records from the soul level, is there a request for
Mm,
assistance?
mm,
How we're getting the insight is the soul is going, I'm going to be doing it. That's how the soul is actually looking at it. We do
mhm.
ask, do we have spirit guides that are present who have any thoughts about what's happening in Mary's life today? And there's a few thoughts. You got to remember that your heart is where your soul would like it to be or become aware of itself. How the spirit guides function is they address the conscious self and they give the conscious self kind of nudges here and there to get us more aware of what's happening in our heart. I do want to ask you, do you notice it like you're finding that you are a little less confident than you'd like to be about facing the challenges that you're looking at? Because if so, we might have a spirit guide idea that would help you. If you're actually not unaware of it, like there's something that you're worried about, let us go to where the spirit guides can offer some kind of direct to the conscious mind assistance. And I know one of them is already popping up with like something to do with a link of a chain.
Let's see. Huh.
And if you have any thoughts about something, what I'm looking at here is I'm going to ask this spirit guide to amplify this understanding. I feel like there's a link of a chain. It feels like it's almost a solitary link. Like it's not.
Sorry.
All right.
I was trying to
It,
look in here. Go ahead.
it's hard to put it better than it's like having a chain link that is. What is the point? I thank the Holy Spirit. I ask Jesus to guide the guides. He's helping me see that there's something a little bit missing. It's the missing link. Oh, that's the point.
That's so cool.
And now he looks very, he's sort of satisfied that we're catching on, but what's the next part? He'd like to let his image aspect be presented. He looks a little bit like a boyish Robin Hood. He's got a cute little newsboy cap. I don't know what that has to do with the Robin Hood look, but he's got a little newsboy cap. You have a 22-acre farm, and age is not helping.
Oh.
Okay. All right, missing link. All right, here we go. He's saying I have a little bit more to address, except for the missing link part is a little bit important. Mary, are you expressing that the missing link is having the assistance on your farm? Is that the part that's distressing? I feel something about that. There's kind of a worry, aching in the heart. Not aching exactly, just kind of pestering in the heart.
Mm-hmm. I'm just asking, like, have you asked for local help? I keep getting this, and if you don't mind me saying this, you probably already do this, Kaylee, around where you live, like to find places to barter, to find. They actually want me to start a barter thing around here, and I'm not sure. I've been moving. I'm not sure what they're meaning by it. But is there like, could you get some help from local people and I don't know, share maybe not if it's
Are we still here? I think Val froze. Oh, there she is.
It's like, oh my
Okay.
God. I'm sorry, I was talking to myself. I didn't know what was going on.
Okay. Okay. That
Oh
was just
my
everything went
God.
quiet for a moment. I was just okay, so local help is a joke. Maybe it will get better. I noticed that I want to start with I thank the Holy Spirit. I trust the Holy Spirit to help guide, bless, and guide Mary. It's not hard to tell you that it's a little easier when you get a handle on what you're going to offer.
Okay, yes. I'm getting that too. Things are coming in.
I want you to speak it in your heart. I
Yeah.
can know what I have to offer in a clear, specific format to give out as a news flash to those who want to have somewhere to help someone and get a handle on their own lives. And I hope it's
Mhm.
okay to inform you it may be a little bit more challenging since this Trump stuff has caused
Mhm.
some concerns. I don't know if you feel like that is something that's affected you, but it does seem like that would be something to cause a little hardship anywhere that we have some work that somebody could easily accomplish, except they're not being welcomed by the government. So we don't want to go into that right now. We just want to acknowledge that it feels safer to tell you don't fear that it doesn't
Yeah.
occur. Say in your heart and in your mind, I know what I have to offer, and I will have
Mhm.
it specifically written down as if it's specifically written down, just so I have it that clear. And then I fail never to offer it anywhere I sense this person can
Mhm.
be of assistance to me. It won't be a question. It will occur. It will happen that you accumulate your human tribe connections and feel like that is what you're aiming to accomplish, something a little bit more moving and meaningful than sometimes we're able to offer.
Mhm. Yeah, because they're saying they're showing me there's help around you. Um, ask from your heart is what I'm getting. You don't have to yell. You don't have to scream. You just ask. Just ask from your heart. In fact, okay, they're saying make it a statement. Thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing the optimal person, people to come and help me with XYZ on my farm. Like be specific, but already in the highest, I always say this for everything, in the highest vibration of unconditional love and truth, authenticity. This way I'm calling in the energies I prefer to come into my energy field. Does that make sense? Oh, Rossi's got a good question. Are you near the Amish or Mennonites? She says, "Oh, I live in Trump country, although the signs are down and most are silent, but my neighbors are great, but they are older than me." There, we're there's blue, red dots everywhere throughout, and a lot of those red dots have just turned purple. They don't know what to do. Um, is it like a farm of food? And I mean, obviously, you're farming something. Okay, Mary says, sort of Rossi, they're in this county. And see, those are the people that, like, if you go to the Amish or Mennonite area and ask for some assistance, I see that will work out for you. It's hard. We can't, like, judge others. We can't, and it's hard, because we're all very touchy about the Trump supporters and the MAGAs, but they're really they're my they're dissipate. They're not as many as they throw out there and and want us to believe there are the numbers that they have. They don't have them. Those are MAGA chat bots. It's all there is a hardcore group, but it's not that big. Um,
I'm hoping if you don't mind, or if you don't care, Mary, I'm going to ask one little question in the records about a special present that you have that is going to give you some assistance in noticing where to accumulate your tribe. Um, you put up a huge garden and rent out a big field. Like to find someone to garden with me and many other opportunities. All right, that's very specific.
Specific, yes.
Okay. Now, is it somewhere where you'd be capable of providing anything, any sort of accommodations for someone, as if they were essentially earning their board? Is that a
Hmm.
possibility at all? Do we have time to add Liz? Liz has a
I
question too.
have, Liz, we have six more. If
Okay.
that's a,
I may have to stand up for just a second and then
okay.
I'll pop right back.
She says
Um,
yes. She said yes to your
okay.
question.
You do have a way to, okay, now this
Yeah.
really, really, really widens
Yeah.
how easily you can express in a really clear way how much what you are offering. And don't distress about this, but do be aware there are people
Hmm.
coming to a crisis point where they're going to be asking, can I please have what you're offering?
Yeah.
There will be people
Like all the
around
homeless.
you. They're
Yeah.
going to get to that.
Yeah. All the
So,
homeless Sandra is talking about. I mean, a lot of people are in need. And they don't, they want to just do a fair day's work for whatever it is. Uh, Rossi says you can teach newbies to farm and they can help while learning. Yeah. I know. I wish I could go too, Erin. I look at little yard. I do have a yard, Leah, that you asked. I do, and it's all. I mean, my God, it's gorgeous. It's got a garden in it. I have a willow tree. I can't even believe there's willow tree, and there's a lot of trees around here, but that willow tree is just. I couldn't even believe it was there. And then I found out afterwards in the backyard there's a little baby Japanese maple. So I'm like, oh my God. But okay, enough about me. Um, let's see. I hope that helps, Mary. It's there. It's there. Speak exactly what you want into the ethers. Don't say I don't want this. I don't want that. No. Speak what you. I do. I would like somebody who is willing to learn, who's um, able to help, whatever the requirements you have. Call those in, and they'll come in. That's what I'm getting. All right, Sue Toffee. Where did everybody? No, no. Sorry about that. Wiki, is Wiki still here? Let me see if Wiki's here. Hi, Liz. Aw, thank you. It is just it's like I literally feel like I've transported in the last 2 weeks from one reality into another, and they keep showing me that this is what everybody's going through on some level. Hi, Wiki. Okay, Wiki's here. So it's about calling that in. And I don't ask for anything. I'm just like I'm open to whatever's coming in. I haven't like really got into detail on what I would like to do or prefer because I do what I love. I don't know what else to say about it. Okay, Wiki. If it's not too late to ask, may I have a spiritual progress report from my guides? Thank you. Oh my God, that is so cute. Your guides are just like they're so excited about
I
that.
saw that too. That's cool. What a great question.
Yeah, they just like all lit up. They were just like so. Uh, Oh my God. Like, I almost want to cry. Like, you can never do anything wrong. They love you. You're never behind. You're never like, oh my God. It's a lot of love. Hold on.
Ask Jesus to bring the guides together in a way I can understand. Oh,
They, they just, they,
mm-hmm. Oh no, am I still here?
I don't know what's going
There
on with
you are.
I don't
Okay.
know what's going on. I don't know if that's me or Kaylee. I have brand new internet. I don't know if it's me. I don't know. we'll have to test it out on a show again with. I'll be with Diana tomorrow night at 8 for the new moon in Cancer. But no, Vicky, you are so loved, and they just adore you, and they're right there with you, and there's nothing you need to do, prove, or anything. You're just, to them, you're just like the sun is to us. That's how they're really making me feel. Like you are everything to. And then I get this. I am presence. Expand your stellar gateway. I am that I am. Okay, so this is another unicorn deck. But the first one was caring community. Participate and belong, enrich your life. But they're showing me, okay, you see there's a community, they're showing me you're in the middle, everybody's holding hands. There's like a light being unicorn over here. That's just kind of, you are the one in the middle. It's all golden light, like bright light. And they're all around you and they support you constantly. No, I mean, that is I want to say that's their job, but they're saying no, it's not a job. They love you beyond word. I can't even put words to what I'm feeling. I don't think it's really awesome. And okay, and my guides are speaking up and saying, and this is how we all feel. Each of you has we have spirit guides, we have a spirit team, and each team feels like this. Sorry, go ahead, Kaylee. That was beautiful.
I thank the Holy Spirit. I asked Jesus to assemble the guide team in a way that made sense to me, and how he had done it was to have them kind of come around in a little line, and I was given it 6 or 7. And usually, you can tell the exact numbers. So I was like, hang on a second. And then I sort of go, okay, wait, progress report. And I start looking along the line, and we've got guides doing. And then we come to a guide that's going. And I'm like, hey, you come here. And this guy comes forward, and he's like, I'm a glum guide. I'm glum. And I think you're not doing very good at that. You don't succeed in that. So, sort of like we could say we didn't like his energy a whole lot, and he was aware of it, that he was called out. And he wants you to notice that he's already allowing himself to be escorted away. And he's saying, I don't want to be involved in this team anymore. They're just not in alignment with what I'm about. And he wants you to notice that as he goes away, he is getting a lot of counseling and comfort and love. So he'll become a nicer human being somewhere. But we want you to notice you don't have any glum guide around ever again. And we thank you for being present here, dear. You have a really good grade on your spiritual development. You have a really, really good grade. It's an A with a little idea that it could be an A plus before too much longer. So we do like that we're seeing that you're getting a really good guide team together. And we hope that you notice that you have about an angry guide going away and a lot more really, 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 really human being guides that are great, who are actually very happy with how you're developing and how you're progressing, I should say. So we thank you so much. What a cool idea to ask about that. She vanished. She vanished. So I guess what I can say really quickly is, Kim, I saw earlier that you mentioned the bird here. I have another avenue that I do that I use for work, and I learned recently that I noticed recently that after years of doing this, I had "Thanks Holy Spirit" written up there, only it was reversed because it did that thing where it reverses the image. So I thought a picture would be a little easier to translate where writing's involved. Um, and you're welcome, Wiki. You're welcome. It was really funny. It was really funny. As we're waiting, I wanted to acknowledge another cool thing. Liz in Awe is who actually drew my attention to these awesome monks doing the peace walk. And then I found out that a neighbor was also aware of it and really excited because they had just passed through the fine state of Alabama and had come to Georgia, and she was drawing my attention to it as well. And I do only notice that how these guides, these Buddhist monks, are helping people along their path is so special. And it's truly a loving thing that they're giving. And I do want to mention that one of them was giving a speech, and he said something that I'm liking a whole bunch. He was answering someone who said, "How do I let go of my anger?" or "How do I let go of this anger?" And he said to her, "You wake up and you say, 'This is my peaceful day.' You disconnect from the negativity. You wake up and you acknowledge, 'This is my peaceful day.'" And I hope it's a cool idea for all of us, because it is a world where if we're going to see peace in it, we're going to need to be a lot of peace. And I feel like how they're examining what they're capable of offering is so powerful and so moving and so special. And I thank you so much, Liz, too, for mentioning what happened that made you feel connected with them, how their journey is going, because that really was a sweet and darling thing to see and for you to experience. And she's coming back online. I see her in the comments. Okay. You love watching the normal people joining them. Yeah, I know. I know. And Denise, that is such a lovely sentiment. We thank you so much. It's wonderful to be able to come here. It's wonderful to be able to give people anything that the higher self wants to give them. It means a whole lot. And I bless you with noticing that sometimes I'm a little shy and awkward about some of this. It's because I'm not really aware of how much I want to help all the time. I want to work on that a little bit in this year. And I hope that I'm able to share a lot of progress on my own with you guys. Um, so Liz and I's Clara is sharing her story. A dove flew into her bedroom while she was meditating with the monks. And I think I remember in your story, Liz, you told that the dove needed a little comfort and Reiki from you. And you were able to give the dove something to help the dove on its path. And I think it's lovely that you got to do that.
Yes.
Back.
Hi. I don't know what happened. Just laugh at everything. I don't know what to do anymore. Okay. I'm sorry I left, but thank you that you were there. I just got kicked off. Did you get kicked off, or were you okay?
No, I was here. Yeah.
Cool. Oh man, that's amazing. I thought we both got kicked off.
I don't know how it lets that because you're the host, but I guess it's a mystery.
It cracks me up how it's just like, like Spirit, if you want me to get back on, next thing I know, I'm back on, because I'm over here trying to do the technical stuff, and then I have to stop and say, well, wait a minute, let me talk to Spirit about it, and then it just appears. You know how that happens?
Hey, Deborah with an answer for you. Hey, Deb.
Deborah's here.
Yes.
Deborah's a cat. Oh, girl, you're late.
With answers.
It's a brand new computer.
That's what your text was about, Deborah. I didn't know you were out there. Bless your heart. I saw it and I was like, well, I'm going to have to see what she's talking about later. That's what your text is about. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. She gave me a compliment on the drawing.
I love it. I love it. I mean, to be able to draw like that, Kaylee, my goodness.
I had a model for it. It was on this book.
Oh, yeah, I could see the model, but I could have that model and it would look totally different if I drew it. It would not look like that.
There is a really fantastic story behind how I got into playing with art. It's called a book called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain by Betty Edwards. And it's a classic for people who think they can't draw, and it'll cause anyone to learn that they can or discover that they can.
I have to get that book. You said that last time we were together. I don't have a pen, but definitely remind me that.
I need to get a lighter because I got to burn a little sage for some real quick.
Yeah, sure. It's a brand new everything for Valerie. It really is, girl. I'm just in awe of everything. Just blows my mind. Isn't it a beautiful bird, Amanda? How she drew that? I'm like, but she says that book really helped her realize that she could draw, and she is an artist. Everybody has this artist part in them, as according to this book. Deborah, so good to see you. Are you going on tonight? Are you live tonight with Lily? Okay, we got Aaron. Okay, so we have Aaron. We have 5 more. Let's see. Aaron, Leah, Polly, um, Sue Toffee, and Denise McMullen. So we got Aaron first. Any messages from my guide's higher self for this year? Let's see. They're telling me to do the which one? I'm still feeling well. I'm not okay. I am feeling like you are that stuck feeling. Are you feeling stuck, Aaron? I know you have been. It's this is part of what's clearing out for you. Let it go. Allow everything to just melt away. They're saying let it melt away. Yeah, Aaron, you have to free yourself. Okay, here we go. Law of grace. Okay, it says, "Be your divine essence, dissolve all in grace." And I know that's a lot easier said than done, but in the middle here, they're indicating to me like that's your heart. What does your heart? What makes your heart happy? What makes you? And please put effort, put your energy into your heart. What makes your heart happy? Hi, Heavenly Bless, honey. Let's see if we have any more. Hold on, I want me to do another deck. If you have anything, Kaylee, go ahead. I'm gonna.
I have to backtrack for 1 second. Wiki, I let myself get a little bit overeager to see that guide gone, and I was allowing myself to see it like, oh, they're just gone. Now I have to remember that they were saying, I'll let myself get taken off. And we actually, when we have negative guides, we do something along the lines of this. I ask for a third order escort to bind this negative being and surround it with love and light and escort it to the astral plane justly earned, prevent it from having any further access with Wiki, directly or indirectly, or through acts of any others, for this in any and all lifetimes. And we do praise Jesus for helping us to discover this downward guide that we didn't need to have. Thank you for that.
You see them dissipate.
Now we have the clear mental space.
Yeah.
And I do ask the Holy Spirit to guide, and I thank the Holy Spirit.
There you go, Aaron. It says intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. You know, I don't like the word want. What you prefer. Be bold with your requests to the universe. They like really. You're thinking, oh, I could never have that, or I don't have the money, or I have the time, or I have the space, or I'm in the wrong state, or I'm in the wrong. They're saying stop all that, and no matter how ridiculous and out of like it's too much. It's too much is what I'm feeling. Like it's too much to ask. Ask it. They want you to ask it and put your whole heart into it. Sorry, Kaylee.
No worries, no worries. Aaron, is it okay to ask in the Akashic if your higher self has a message from the
Mm.
records. Is that all right with you if I do that? Bora Bora.
Happy New Year, Bora Bora. Janet. True. She says true. can you give Kaylee permission to go into Akashic Records for you? Fear of continuous, she says, sure. Fear of continuous failure is strong. Yes, and that's what you're clearing, Aaron. This is what you've been clearing all year, maybe last couple of years. Let it go. Whoa. The limitations you are okay. The way they're showing saying it to me. The limitations you are experiencing are the limits you placed upon yourself. They don't have to be there. And that is easier said than done, yes. But really, what would you, if you could have anything, there is no limit, what would it be? And then focus on that. And I mean, seriously, even if you want to live in Japan, and it seems like it's totally impossible from where you're sitting right now, that is still your dream. And she has come so far. We all have. It's not been easy. It's not been easy. All right.
Aaron, there was not a soul level request for assistance, so I'm asking, is the higher self offering an idea to give to you now? And we got this big boost in the heart, and it was like a little surge of adrenaline. It was along the lines of, I really am getting a gritty dig in, and there's sort of this rending, tearing obstacles idea in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I failed to see the point. I thank the Holy Spirit. Are we having a concern about whether or not we have to ask a better idea now? Yes. I thank you, Holy Spirit and Jesus. We have an idea about somebody coming in that distresses Aaron. It is all right to share with you that there is somebody who tries to interrupt what you're capable of receiving. Someone who is in the world, who does care about you, who does come in and concern you by creating a little barricade or a significant amount of barricading between who you really are and who you want to notice you are. How I'd put it is a little clearer than that. There's somebody interrupting right now who is coming through like they are attempting to separate you from your divine self. We want you to notice that you don't have to fear separating yourself from people who are doing that. And we want you to care enough about how you really are improving to let yourself see that you want to live in this world the way you came to live in it. And we care about this, so we ask, do we notice who we could say is causing a concern? I get a male energy, and he feels like he's somebody who would want you to notice him a little bit more than yourself. When we clear our thoughts, I could gather that we want you to notice this because you feel that almost like you're a perfect idea who has left herself away from herself just a little bit farther than she meant to, than she wanted to. She decided she wanted to become aware of herself very well, and she got a little bit left out of some decision making. And she cares enough to come remind herself that that's what she really is about, having her higher self presuming that it's okay to share. There's a divine gift of power, 7th chakra area power, 7th energy center, we call it divine power. So we hope you understand and notice this. Divine power initially has to do with the ability to manifest greatly. When we get a little bit convoluted or concerned or scared about something, it interrupts what we're manifesting. It causes us to instead create more of what we don't want out of a fear or a doubt. So instead of allowing yourself to process it like it's possible to create anything you don't want, let the illusion of separation from yourself come away. Allow yourself to notice in the morning, very first thing, I'm aware of myself. I am actually understanding that within my heart resides a very powerful being who is aware of who she is and how she can be capable of accomplishing what is important and dear to her this day and any day. And feel like that is your main goal for the next, say, week or so, is reminding yourself of who you are. That who you are is super conscious and understanding of consequences and does want to steer you clear away from displeasing consequences. So, care enough to remind yourself who you are is how you're going to navigate around some of the things that have been holding you back a little bit, a little bit. And we want you to notice that you're really, 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 really cool. And we thank you for showing up. We want you to be aware of it. Like, I notice I've got a whole lot to do, and I'm really getting a little bit more excited about what I can accomplish.
Yeah.
And I thank the Holy Spirit.
And that's beautiful. And Mary Thornberry said, like, we're all feeling this, right? And then Aaron said, yeah, I don't feel like I have an identity. And that's a perfect thing. That's a perfect statement, because we've been stripped of everything that is not us. So our more of our higher self can come in, and we can follow our heart and follow our dreams. All that other stuff, who we thought we were, that was that baggage that was keeping us tethered to a distorted reality where that is not the truth of how we were to live in that lower frequency. So yeah, you do feel stripped. So okay, so when this happened to me, I said, well, what do I do about this to my team? And they said, well, what would make your, I always say it like this, what would make your heart smile? What attributes would you like to have? Well, I'd like to be honest. I'd like to be ethical. I'd like to be smart. I'd like to learn. I'd like to, just start adding those things in to your identity that your heart agrees with, because that's you. I don't know if does that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
I resonate with the idea there. Think of it like you have someone who you really truly are, who is also aware of living for eternity and does like to come in and play a role. And then
Yeah.
ask yourself, how much of this role am I really liking right
Yeah,
now?
right.
And then notice you get to kind of co-create with that eternal
Yeah,
soul, that eternal self. And notice you want to pretty much like your life, like starring in there.
love it.
And
Yeah.
you care about it a whole bunch more if you could just remind yourself, I'm actually creating a world where I notice I have authority that I did
Yes.
myself choose until today.
No. And you do. You get to pick and choose. And I didn't know that until I knew it. And then I was like, oh, in my head, I don't want to ask for much. And my team was like yelling, like, go big, dream big, don't hold back. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know what that is. I never allowed myself to dream. And I think that's kind of where you are, Aaron. It's like, there was something about our lifetimes, whether younger in this lifetime or other lifetimes, where you didn't have a say in that ever, and now you do, and it's terrifying because you don't know who you are, or you think you don't, and now you're like, okay, well, who could I be? What could I be? And no limits. Don't think of anybody limiting you. Bye. Good night, Kim. Have a good night. All right, we better get through these rest of these. I hope that helped, Aaron. Are you okay, Kaylee? We
Me?
have, yeah. To keep
I,
going.
I I'm good.
Okay, we got Leah. Leah, hello. May I ask the Holy Spirit for a clue to look for in a job search? Thank you so much. Oh,
Read a lot of listings.
Mm. And go with the one.
Answer some that you didn't think you would like, you would enjoy.
Uh-huh.
And remember that you don't have to care if you like it less than you thought. You at least reached out. You made that energy flow, and the harmony and the balance come through taking action directed in the path that you seek. Now, notice that you do have a lot of ideas about what you could accomplish. I do remember something just popped into mind about caring for the elderly.
Mm.
And we care that, and I just got that pain that said, shh, that's as far as I'm supposed to talk.
Okay. They're saying step into. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. Okay, but Katie's right. Like apply for ones that you wouldn't normally, where you don't think you would like. Put different. We want to the way they're showing me is like add more energy to it. The right one will come in, but you know the right one is based on what your heart feels. Again, okay, they're saying this now. This economy is a little messed up, a lot messed up. A lot of companies are holding back. They don't have the, it's just January 2nd. They're trying to structure, like all these companies are trying to structure around the idiot making these horrible mistakes. So they're trying to base that on how to run their business, but they're all coming to the realization that they can't go by what he's doing because they need to be a successful company. He's not successful. So there's a lot of factors going on, I guess is what they're trying to say. That there aren't many job openings at the moment, or it doesn't seem to be. In fact, if you're coming into that, but there will be February, around the end of February. I hope that helps. Leah, are you finished, Kaylee? Were you finished with it?
I got the
She got the stop.
the
Okay.
nudge. It's a hurt that doesn't hurt so much as it says, if you keep going, I'm gonna dial it up. So
Okay.
they're stopping me now.
All right, Polly, are you here? Let's see, Polly. I think Polly was here a second ago. Having a blessed time. Swore I saw her.
There's Polly.
Polly's here. Awesome. Hi, Polly. Happy New Year. Message from my guides, please, and thank you. My goodness,
I
Polly.
thank Jesus for assembling the guides.
What are we doing?
Oh,
I just need her here. Oh, I like that, Leah. She thought about school finishing her degree. If you can do that while the rest of the world out there that's not going in the future with us ends, you take some time away from it, that would probably be good. I heard today Italy won about tariffs on pasta and what would Americans do with no spaghetti or ravioli. I know I would just have a really hard time. Thank God they won. That's Mary Thornberry. He's such an idiot. And you see how he tied up all the courts with every little stupid thing he did. That's all distraction because he's back there behind the scenes doing some horrendous things. But
are we ready?
yeah, sorry. I'm over here like,
Polly, I was tickled because the guide that came forward addressed himself first by tugging at his. I thought it was a suit at first, and then as he comes forward, it's like even more like a very fancy outfit. And he seemed to feel very polished and confident. And as he comes forward, he starts to take on an aspect like the magician in the tarot, and he has this world, this globe that he's sort of presenting, and he asked that we put it just right. It was, I am about learning what I am capable of with no fear at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving that it's the message I want you to embrace without concern or doubt. Find out what you are capable of accomplishing with no fear at all.
Wow. I got a beginning. I'm sorry, were you finished? Kaylee, I'm sorry. I got beginning. So something new is coming in. Wings, butterfly, cocoon. Just like we were talking earlier about the chrysalis. Big changes, hope, intuition, growth, romance, blessings, moving quickly, or a new path. I'm seeing a new path. And then I got I am presence. I am, expand your stellar gateway. I am that I am. So they're saying, grow. Let it. Who are you? Again, kind of like back to what they were saying with Aaron. You create the details. Bring those details in. Who are you, Polly? How do you want to go forward? Like this is our new way forward. Like we've been recreating ourselves to go into the new era, and we're still all in pieces about the place, but we get to choose, and we didn't know that. We didn't know that that was part of um, the new path, right? So, I mean, some of us did. It's not an easy thing because we didn't have it like that most of our lives. A lot of us are 60, 50, 60, 70 years old, and we're like, what do you mean I get to choose? Well, that's interesting. Like, I know it was shock to me, but who are you? I am that I am, and you have a new beginning, and you can be anything you want to be. They're right there with you too. They want you to talk to them more. I just heard have a daily powwow. I never say that word. So I hope that helps, Polly. All right, two more. Sue Toffee and Denise McMillan. Sue Toffee, message from my angels, the Holy Spirit on what's coming up. Thank you. That's a baby. Is that my baby? My baby's here being too cute. Oh my goodness.
I thank you so much. An angel is giving me a suggestion. Sue, if you will, in your heart, say, I'm ready to come up now. See it like you're allowing yourself to rise up a little bit more, like having a higher vibration. And we'll give you a hand. I raise the vibration. Thank the Holy Spirit.
What are you saying?
Jesus, would you help too? He asks that he can have a hand in this. He says, Sue, allow yourself to see what you really, 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 really ask for, you will receive. See what you ask for as clearly as possible. Notice it is simple. You want a haven of solace from a world that feels a little strange. Find out that you have that coming. Notice that you want a specific view from that place. See the view in the home as you're looking out. Let yourself notice and observe that this is a handful of ideas all at once. You're feeling being present in your domicile. You're allowing yourself to be present, aware. I am here looking out from my home. You're observing where you are in the landscape. You're giving yourself a handful of ideas and beliefs about what it feels like to reside trustingly with the Holy Spirit in your home. And Christ is giving that he would love to be there with you and asks you to ask him to help because he notices how to get things accomplished really, really quick. And he wants us to notice that how we could say it is, well, we learn a lot about how much we are going to become aware. We don't have yet the awareness that he achieved. And he would like us to notice that what his hand is extended for is to guide us, to help us to see what we can accomplish with his presence helping us as well. he gives another idea too. You believe a whole lot in the notice that you can accomplish this. Now ask for a little more, a little hand to do it, and you'll see what happens.
Mhm.
I thank Jesus.
Interesting.
Thank
Very
you.
cool.
All right, he says louder. Jesus, I thank you. Okay.
Cool, cool.
Get louder.
So as we were just like kind of sitting here, my cat, my baby cat came in and she's being all sweet. Like, she's always sweet, but like really rolling around. And then I'm seeing your cats too. And with my cat was saying, say hi to Sue's cats. Or I don't know. I guess the cats are talking. And I was like, oh,
That
that's
is
so
so
cool.
sweet. That
Yeah.
is so sweet. Get a little kitty magic happening.
Yeah, and she was just squeaking and stuff. I love her. She's my baby. So I get, I can't make this up. It's a cat card. It says curiosity, right? Shadows, mystery, feminine energy, playing, questions, searching. That that energy that Kelly was just talking about. You know, you know how cats are like multidimensional. You got that. You got that ability. They're right there with you, helping you to, again, put in your order to the universe. Then I got snake, transform. And then we're still in the year of the snake until February 17th. Shedding old habits, toxic people, trust issues, fear, spiritual awakening. Let it all go. I know it's not been easy. But you have, okay, okay. So when I look back down at the cat card, they said you have the magic within you. You release, call in what you prefer. It seems like this is the same message for everybody, but that really is what's going on right now. Um, Keep us updated, please, Sue. What's coming up? Thank you. You're creating your Holy Spirit, please, on what's coming up. You're creating your next best step, and they're with you. Talk to them, coordinate. All right, Denise McMillan, from Time Allows, 2026 message.
Boy.
Like, oh, shoot,
It
I'm
came
sorry.
up. Huh?
I'm sorry.
Good.
For Sue Toffee, prosperity. I forgot. I didn't give this one to you. Prosperity. A gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. So, some kind of abundance is coming in. I'm not sure if it's money that says money, but I'm getting you. Doors are going to open. Sorry about that, Katie. I didn't
No
read it.
worries. I noticed that what happened, Denise, is I was just kind of seeing it like I saw kind of a calendar and then kind of stretched it out into a concept of a calendar. And then I see you starting on this landscape that is the calendar. Then all of a sudden I see you pick up like a sledgehammer and then you just go wailing on this obstacle in the way and you are just crushing it, girl. You are just crushing it. And we want to know why that came up so quick. I asked Jesus to guide and notice what he's saying. We have something to conquer, and we let you know that you want to tackle it like it needs to be beat down and take it like I've got it to do this. I've got this. A handle comes to my hands that will give me the right weight to hammer away this obstacle. And we will have it that this is a feeling of how we would put it is the word February is coming to mind. We would want to have in your conscious awareness that we could tune into this idea of turning over from the snake to the horse and see it as in, I am almost certain I want to take the trajectory slightly different. Hold on. I want to come up a little bit more. Hold on. And see it simply. February puts a little bit more emphasis on something that needs to be resolved. You have it that you are able to look at it. He's taking me away from the Chinese calendar. I thought it was nice, but he's taking me away from that. you are able to resolve this issue with a force greater than you've used in the past. You want to
Mm,
observe this as I conquer it, and after that, I proceed on a much smoother path.
mm-hmm,
It almost looks like all of a sudden you're walking on a like a sidewalk that just gently winds through a nicer energy, a nicer looking place. And as you're feeling like you did something, you look as though you carry with you a fear that you're not wanting to carry any further. So you let yourself not look back so much after you tackle this obstacle. You actually see it like I've conquered it and I am moving forward with more grace and more ease and more comfortableness. And I want you to notice that, like, I feel like I have this as a task I'm putting before myself so that I can accomplish what I really mean to. And I get a little bit choked up on that one because I found out that there is something beyond this task that you have to accomplish that's going to mean the world to you to get to achieve. So let yourself get an idea. I have a big idea ahead. I take care of something that was in my way, and then I get on my way.
mm. Wow. Yeah. Is that you're also shedding, releasing what's at the end of this era for you. Like this is a big thing for you too. Um, which okay, the freedom, yeah, freedom coming. You're guided. Okay, they want. I didn't know which one to go with first. You have freedom coming in, but you have guidance, divine guidance on your path. You know, um, they want you to know that you're going to be okay. It's okay just to let go. I get like it's a letting go or something. Once you do that, you're gonna like your whole world is gonna be different. You're gonna feel so much lighter. And I feel like this is hard for you. It's really hard. Um, Hi, Karen Robinson. She says, "What a moon! I'm glad you made it home, Craig. Craig made it home, and she says, I'm so ready. Thank you very much. Yes, the fire horse stomping out the fear and galloping boldly into the future. God, Mary, I love how, yes, that is exactly what I'm seeing. Like, you really, Denise, you're not messing around no more. Let's see. I want to let you know, prosperity card you pulled for me, Deborah Cal said the same thing in my last reading with her. Okay, fingers crossed for a new job, LOL, off to buy a new lotto ticket now. Good. Okay, Sue. So fire. Okay. Hi, Judith.
No.
Hi. Nice to see you. Yes, Fire Horse is coming in on the 17th. Cannot wait. Yeah. Clara wanted to see Christmas lights in the neighborhood. Oh my God, you are so sweet, Craig. All right. So we were Denise McMillan. Just gonna pull one more. Okay, you got the magic card. This is the magic card. Make a wish, believe in miracles. Magic is all around you. You make it. You are going to create this next part of your path, and you're just like it's really cool, but it's scary. Like I just feel, and before you make a big change you get that scary feeling, and I'm getting that feeling, and as I'm getting, it's going to be so cool on the other side of it. All right, guys, we are all probably tired. I know I'm tired. Thank you, Kaylee, for hanging out for 2 hours and 33 minutes and 51 seconds.
I had a thought real quick. I don't know if we had a question from Liz. Liz, I remember you had asked earlier.
Mm.
And I didn't want to neglect
Did I not
if
see
we did
that?
have one. I don't know if she actually asked one or not. I just
Mm-mm.
didn't want to miss it if she had.
I don't have it. If she did,
Okay.
I'm sorry. If you have one, Liz, let us know. I love Sue Toffee said my both of my cats are now awake, lifted
I
their
saw
head.
that.
It's
I
so
saw
cute.
that.
They are like my cat was serious, and I didn't get it at first. And finally, she shows me two cats playing, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Hmm.
Thank you, Mary Thornberry. I
Thank
know
you.
you have help coming, and well, Liz, I don't think she's here. Liz,
Okay.
we will see you all next Friday for sure. We love you and thank you. I missed you. Happy holidays. I'm glad we're into 2026 and we're on a whole new path forward. Thank you, Kaylee.
Oh, one moment.
Having lost four.
Lydia just chatted.
What's she saying? Oops.
She said she's lost 4 pendulums recently. Is Spirit sending a message? I thank the Holy Spirit. I noticed I actually had a feeling about a question from you, and I may notice what the answer is, but I'm going to ask first. Jesus, can you guide in this answer?
Yeah.
He's noticing how he'd want to put it. You're letting yourself use the pendulum as if it is actually the answer. It's not. The answer is from you. It resides in you.
That's
You
what I
want
was.
to notice and observe that you will find out that you do actually get clearer ideas and beliefs from what you can discover in your heart when you ask a question rather than asking the mind to tune into a moving object. This will sometimes apply a little bit more than other times. We do sometimes think, and I thank the Holy Spirit, I ask the Holy Spirit to guide. A pendulum is a fantastic tool when you're using it exactly as it's intended to be used. When we ask questions that are not entirely in alignment with what the purpose of our soul has, we don't sometimes find that the pendulum tends to be as useful. What you may understand is you notice another method for yourself that is a little bit more akin to your spirit speaks, and you notice it. And you ask yourself less about a yes, no, and a little bit more happier way of being, which is a flowing communication of your soul expressing to you through the heart. We do believe in you.
Yeah. I got the same thing. It is to trust yourself. It, just exactly what Kaylee said. I couldn't say it any better. Okay, anybody that has one reading with me, Judith, you won on Scott's show, definitely email me. I have a few others from Sun Psychic Jeans channel, and it happened to be like right the day or two before I was about to move. So I've been doing all that, but I will get back to everybody that I have that has a reading coming in, just so you know. But yeah, please give me a reminder email, Judith. Thank you. And thank you, Liz. We love you all very much. Thank you, all of you. We'll see you next Friday. Be safe out there. And remember, this is a week. We got everybody out of bounds, so there's really no rules this week. Be safe. Okay. I love y'all.
Bye.
Am I doing this right? Oh my goodness, I'm going the wrong way.